Now, George Soros is a billionaire Jew businessman, also a philanthropist. He owns powerful organizations, one of which is Open Society Foundation. Ostensibly, this is the foundation that is supposed to champion free speech and democratic rights. But when its objective becomes more about meddling in other nations' affairs, then it is not just about free speech, viewers. And that's what we are talking about, because some say that George Soros is instigating chaos and anarchy across countries, and India may be on the target. Now, why are we talking about this tonight? Well, because the ruling BJP has alleged that Rahul Gandhi has deep links with Cornelia Woll. Who is she? She's a trustee of Soros's Open Society Foundation. And the charge against the leader of opposition is that every time he sets foot on foreign soil, he's either maligning India or he's meeting forces that aim to break India. Now, is this true? Should we be extra cautious? Should Rahul Gandhi be extra cautious at a time like this when India is witnessing its entire neighborhood imploding? Look at what's happening in Bangladesh. How Nepal turned out this year. It's a very, very volatile time for India. Let's listen in first to what the BJP's charge is, and then we talk about what can Rahul Gandhi do to first address these allegations, and more importantly, if these allegations are true, why is he in fact engaging with these anti-India forces? Listen in to the BJP's charge.
जिनकी प्रमुख जिम्मेदारी भारत की राजनीति में, और जब संसद का सत्र चल रहा था तो संसद में रहने की थी, लेकिन वो विदेशी भूमि पर जर्मनी जाते हैं और जर्मनी में हर्टी स्कूल है, वहां पर मिलते हैं कॉर्नेलिया वॉल। ये तस्वीर लेके मैं आया हूं। अब ऐसा क्यों है कि राहुल गांधी जब भी संसद का सत्र शुरू होने जा रहा होता है या चल रहा होता है तो विदेशी धरती पर जाते हैं, और जो भारत के शत्रु हैं, जो भारत से ईर्ष्या करते हैं, हमारी अखंडता पे प्रहार करते हैं, उनके साथ मिलते हैं, बातचीत करते हैं। ये कौन सा एजेंडा है भारत विरोधी कि भारत का नेता प्रतिपक्ष ऐसी शक्तियों से मिलके भारत के खिलाफ षड्यंत्र कर रहा है।
इनका सिर्फ एक टारगेट है, आज से ही नहीं, गांधी परिवार से। जब माननीय सोनिया गांधी जी हमारी सरकार होती थी तो उनके ऊपर कभी इस तरह के आरोप लगाते थे, विदेशी का आरोप लगाते थे, कोई एक बहुत बड़े नेता कहते थे कि प्रधानमंत्री बने तो मैं इनके सर मुंडवा लूंगी। तो इस तरह की जो छोटी हरकतें हैं ये बताती है कि ये बौखलाए हुए हैं, डरे हुए हैं। जब भी उनके पीछे 24 घंटा मतलब एक तरह से सीआईडी के रूप में काम कर रहे हैं, तो मुझे तो इसके ऊपर हंसी भी आती है।
All right, now there's a pattern to this. This isn't the first time that these allegations have come to light. BJP has been talking about it at least for the last 2.5 years. Let me walk you through some of those significant times when those allegations were leveled. First and foremost, June 2023, BJP said that Rahul Gandhi met Soros-aligned individuals during his US visit. In fact, there were very serious questions that were asked as to who all did he meet during that time, even as many felt enough clarifications didn't come. December 2024, BJP accused that Sonia Gandhi had ties with organizations that were financed by George Soros's foundation. And those were links that were asked by senior BJP MPs. And that, of course, led to a huge ruckus in Parliament itself when questions were leveled straight across to Sonia Gandhi. In February 2025, BJP alleged that USAID worked with Soros to fund anti-India elements aligned with the Congress party. In fact, in February 2025, BJP had said that US-funded voter turnout programs were being done in India, and all of them, in fact, went back to the larger umbrella of Soros entities. The BJP also said that the voter turnout program was enabled by the Congress party. And then, of course, these fresh set of allegations that have come in now, where the BJP has said, well, look, Rahul Gandhi goes abroad. He first goes to the BMW factory, makes claims about how the Indian manufacturing is dying and declining, and then he meets people who are directly linked with Soros in Germany. That's the chain of events that have unfolded in the last 2.5 years. Let me, in fact, put those questions straight across to Charu Pragya of the BJP. She's joining me on the broadcast along with Saral Patel of the Congress party, and we also have Sajjan Kumar. In fact, before I come into Sajjan Kumar, I want to first get the BJP and Congress spokespersons as well to really get a sense of where this thing stands, because this is something that's been going on for the last 2.5 years. These claims have been made again and again, and there needs to be a clarification that has to come in from the other side. Okay, do we have Saral with us? Saral Patel? Okay, before I get in Saral Patel, let me ask this to Charu Pragya. Charu Pragya, there's a single photograph that the BJP has put forth. That's it. With those very serious allegations.
Gauri, please tell me what more is needed. A photograph speaks in 1,000 words when it comes to an issue as sensitive as this one. Let's go over first about who George Soros is. And this is important because before anyone trivializes this issue and says it's just a photograph, how does this matter? Let me explain something to you. George Soros is a person who pretends to be a philanthropist, but who has publicly declared $1 trillion to destabilize the Indian government, to destabilize the Indian democracy. That itself is big enough. Rahul Gandhi has allegedly met him and his people sometime in 2014, 2015. And since then, we have seen a regular pattern emerging from his visits abroad, timed with disruptions in parliament, timed with statements our current leader of opposition makes, which bring India down and show India in a bad light. I'll also tell you a few more things. His mother, Sonia Gandhi ji, was on the board. In fact, she was the co-president of an organization, FDLAP, which was working for the independence of Kashmir. Rahul Gandhi has also been propagating a lot of Chinese propaganda, whether it is business related, selling of power, bringing down the defense equipment that India has already purchased or is acquiring. So all of this ties up to one simple thing. Here is a system which wants to show not just India in a bad light, but wants to bring down the Indian ecosystem, democracy all together.
Saral Patel,
Rahul Gandhi, every time he travels abroad,
you've made your...
One second, Gauri, 30 seconds more. Now, this was the background. Today, I have pointed questions to ask of Saral. Why was this meeting so important that you skipped parliament? Here you are, all of you, screaming left, right and center in the parliament session about the parliament session. But Rahul Gandhi skips this very same parliament session and goes where? He goes to Berlin and meets Cornelia.
All right. You've made your point. Why? First of all, who are you meeting? And secondly, why now? Saral Patel, respond to that. And then I'm going to ask you the specific questions that have been asked to the Congress party in the past, even as clarifications haven't come so far. But first, you respond to what the BJP spokesperson is saying.
Gauri, good evening to you, and let me begin by giving you a brief background. For last 11 years, there is one predictable pattern in Indian politics. Every time the Rahul Gandhi sets foot outside the India, even if he breathes, speaks, or even sneezes outside the India, the BJP starts crying horse at home. And the reason is very simple, because when you are prime minister of a country like India, global respect comes automatically with the office, with the power and the state machinery behind you. But Rahul Gandhi does not have that power. He has not even held the cabinet position. Yet his words travel, his meetings matter, and
No, Mr. Patel. Leader of opposition has the same rank as the cabinet. Leader of opposition has the same rank as that of the cabinet. He sits on all important appointments. But yeah.
Gauri, I'm talking about last 11 years, not just 2 years. Number one, and I did not even interfere. Charu Pragya ji, I don't know why she is so...
I am only clarifying, leader of opposition holds the same rank as that of a cabinet minister. He sits in all important appointments.
Gauri ji,
finish your point, sir.
The individual mentioned today, Miss Cornelia Woll, she's the president of Harty School of Policy and Social Science, which is a respected school in all across the Europe, but she holds no position with any of the George Soros Foundation, or she's the trustee of the school. And if BJP feels that being the trustee of Central European University is a threat to, and meeting her is a threat to Indian security, then there are thousands of Indian students studying at the same university. Are they all also threat to India's internal security?
Okay.
If that is the case,
I'll tell you, as I said, I'm going to give you a chance to respond to the BJP spokesperson, and now I have some questions, and then we get in Sajjan Kumar also for a quick update. I'm going to come to you, Charu. I'm going to come to you. Your party has made those very serious allegations. Let's give the Congress spokesperson chance to respond. Now, in 2023, when Rahul Gandhi went to US, then the allegation against him was that he met Sunita Vishwanath, an activist who's known to have a very anti-Hindu position. It was alleged that time that Rahul Gandhi's trip was actually coordinated by Tanzeem Ansari, who's a project director of Islamic Circle of North America, again an entity which is supposedly linked to Jamaat-e-Islam and several other hardline Islamist organizations. Then there were specific questions leveled by Nishikant Dubey, where he said, separate instance, where he said 5,000 crore rupees has been given, did USAID provide 5,000 crore rupees to Open Society Foundation run by George Soros to destabilize India? And then he said that did USAID and George Soros Foundation give that money to Rajiv Gandhi Foundation and Rajiv Gandhi Charitable Trust? The point is, these are not isolated allegations or isolated instances. There is a pattern to these allegations, and there is certain repeated pattern. There is a visit. There are some people who are identified who do not fit in with what should be ideally a leader of opposition's visit when he travels abroad. As I said, he holds a cabinet rank. It is his job to take the government here in India, hold that accountable. But when he goes abroad, he needs to be more responsible. Saral Patel, the floor is yours.
Gauri, I hope you will not interrupt me in the
in
between.
I'm saying the floor is yours.
The three questions you have asked. One, that let me make it categorically clear that all the visits of Sri Rahul Gandhi ji are coordinated by Indian Overseas Congress, which is the external wing of the Congress party. It is not arranged by any individual other than that. So it is done, all the visits are coordinated by the Congress party itself, number one. Number two, if Nishikant Dubey ji feels that 5,000 crore rupees have been given to Open Society Foundation and that 5,000 crore rupees has come to any XYZ foundation, their investigation agencies are all yours for last 11 years. Why no single action has been taken against any of the foundation?
Okay.
And as far as Rajiv Gandhi Foundation is concerned, they are not taking any foreign donations.
Okay. All right.
The FCRA licenses have been cancelled by the government. Okay. And previously to that also, if any money was coming in the India, it was being approved by the government of India itself.
Charu Pragya, very quickly respond to this, and then I want to give Sajjan Kumar a chance, because that is above BJP versus Congress. But Charu Pragya, respond to that कि investigate कर लो ना, जांच करो ना, अगर कोई problem है तो.
बिल्कुल इन्वेस्टिगेशन हो रहे थे. And Gauri, after those investigations, the FCRA licenses of many firms have been cancelled. Congress, in fact, opposed that also. And, pretending that Rahul Gandhi goes abroad and why are people keeping an eye on him? Let me remind you that he was an SPG protected citizen of this country. Are you trying to trivialize that? He gave the skip to the SPG multiple times, numerous times. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Did my internet honk off?
Finish your point, yes.
Sorry? Yeah, sorry. So that. Another thing is that every time he's abroad, what is the kind of statement he's making and who are the kind of people he's meeting? He goes and meets Ilhan Omar, a known Khalistani supporter. And after that, we see Khalistani movement in India also take root, whether it was the farmers' protest, there was so much infiltration into that. So everything ties up. Why is it that Rahul Gandhi, every time he's abroad, is meeting
Sorry, let me respond to that.
Is making statements.
All right, both of you. All right, yes.
In fact, you even said that Sikhs cannot even wear a turban in India or a kada.
Okay, you've highlighted several other instances, Ilhan Omar being one. Again, a very rabid Islamist, I'm going to say that very clearly, a rabid Islamist, elected, of course, and she's an elected representative. I'm not going to get into US politics. And not tutu meme either. All right, Charu Pragya, Saral Patel, both of you. No tutu meme, please. This is a very serious issue. And Sajjan Kumar, let me bring you in. You know, the charge against George Soros and his organization is that he foments and instigates chaos. Now, look at the time and look at the moment for India right now. We have Bangladesh, which is imploding right now. We had a massive Gen Z revolution in Nepal right now. Do you think that this is a moment where every public representative needs to be extra cautious?
Well, certainly yes, because not only about the optics, but also how you frame the perception of India, Indian democracy, electoral system, and also the legitimacy of the entire functioning of the state itself. Leader of opposition is one of the representative of the idea of India. When he goes and is seen mingling with characters who are always in the habit of problematizing India in a problematic way, that is certainly serious. Look, here Soros is just one of the system. The problem, why Soros is problem, it's not just about one institution getting funded. If you see Sorosian design, it's about the academia and research institution and many of the Western media that has been framing India in a problematic and divisive way. What is the design? The design before BJP government in 2014 came to power. Before that, you see Rajiv Malhotra and others have documented to some extent breaking India and other things, that how academia and in the name of research, how you try to foment the divisive politics. How you do that? You take the fault lines of any society and try to pit one fault line against the other. 2014 onwards, the same Western academia and research institution, you know, when BJP has started getting majority by the support and votes of OBCs, SCs, etc.,
Exactly.
suddenly India has been characterized as ethno-democracy like Israel. So the always problematic thing is that whenever Indian democracy succeeds, you frame
Very
it
well
in a
put, very well put, Sajjan Kumar, that, you know, these fault lines are created and one segment is pitted against another. Saral Patel, respond to that. Questionable characters se baar-baar kyun milte hain? Even if you say there is nothing that can be proven, why shouldn't the agencies probe it, so on and so forth? Why is it that these questionable characters are always part of Rahul Gandhi's itinerary every time he goes abroad?
Gauri, only thing that is part of Rahul Gandhi's itinerary is visiting the institutions of public repute and universities of public repute across Europe and America. And whenever he goes, these open, these are open door discussions, and anybody can be part of that. So unlike the press conferences that BJP holds here, they are not.
Are you trying to tell me that if the leader of opposition goes into a meeting, he doesn't know who all are part of that meeting? Or he cannot exercise his discretion?
The Hertie school, where this picture has been taken, Gauri, there were 170 participants. Now, all of that, because it was an open door discussion. And
that wasn't the case with Ilan Omar. About India. There were less than 10 people in that meeting when Ilan Omar was sitting with Rahul Gandhi.
Ilan Omar is concerned, she is a congresswoman, and if her anti-India stands are public, and it is not that when you go abroad you only meet your people who applaud you.
So you meet Ilan Omar,
meet your critic, and you also meet your critics and try to persuade them and make them see the good things about India. So it is not that you do not engage with the people
Patel,
who are.
You and I will continue to have this discussion. But I'm going to pause you right there, because you just called Ilan Omar a critic of India. She's not a critic. She's not just somebody who's a critic of India. She is someone who believes in breaking India. That's the difference. That's why. No, I'm not going to allow that.
No.
You can't say that you should meet your critics and therefore meet Ilan Omar. No, she is someone who believes in breaking India. Sorry, as I said, Mr. Patel, we can't keep talking over each other, because when we are not taking this debate forward.
US Congress,
30 seconds.
Were not there. Why did Prime Minister not choose to walk out from there?
Okay.
When she was part of the US Congress also.
Okay.
So let us not trivialize these issues. Gauri, if
I'm not
when Prime Minister
and you have been the one who has
Congress,
actually got the maximum airtime. The most balanced person, Sajjan Kumar, hasn't got a chance to speak at all. 30 seconds, I'm going to wrap this up with just him. 30 seconds with him. Sajjan Kumar, very briefly.
So look, this is certainly an attempt 2014 onward, along with the parliamentary politics, when BJP hegemonic presence is there. You see also rise in the protest politics, right? And academia framing about India has been very problematic. When you call India ethno-democracy just because Dalits, OBCs, etc. have been voting. That been happening
Exactly.
by Jeffrey Law. Rahul Gandhi has been surrounded by close advisors who are trained by someone like Barbara Harris and others. I'm not going to point out.
And
but there is
find
some
Ilhan
sort
Omar
of
as
problematic
critics whom he should engage with.
Yes, and content of most of his, interactions has been about demeaning India, democracy, and electoral legitimacy.
I'm going to leave it there, Sajjan Kumar. Thank you so much for joining this broadcast, and to the two gentlemen and Charu, thank you so much.